Hello my friends, welcome to Home and Garden. Do you have a lot of roses in your garden? Because here in my garden, they are all blooming and I am so excited to show all of this to you. So let's start the tour. One is actually planted next to the upper deck on the backyard. So this special rose here, this is actually the hybrid tea rose. So they are bicolor, and also this one is started as my propagation. I got it from the mother plant that's planted next to all my fruit trees on that garden. So we will see all the mother plant later on. And this, I'm just giving you a glance because they are doing good in this location. They are planted next to my water fountain, and also they're receiving a lot of sunlight on this side. So here I am going to give you a close-up view of all these roses. So this one is actually just one stem. I have three flower roses in here and one stem, and look, they are bicolor. I have pink, orange, and light yellow, and this one stem. So they actually started as an orange color first, like this flower bud, and then they will turn pink, like darker pink, and then turn to that color with the yellow mix and pink. Can you see it? I love the combination of their colors. So all of this, some of them, they're still not on bloom yet. So this tour is just a quick glance of all my roses that planted in the backyard. The view from here next to my water fountain. I actually have this cut flower, the rose that I just put it in this water, and that's the pinning. And I am going to show you, so you walk with me, I am going to show you the mother plant of the hybrid rose that I propagate. So all of this, the one with the wood trellis, that's what I have, the climbing roses, the hybrid tea rose. So let's check it out. Okay, so let's check and show you a close-up view of that hybrid tea rose. So you can see it already from here. All that blooms, they are so colorful. So here they do receive full sun, morning and afternoon sun. So that's why they have a lot of bloom. So I just add this trellis in here just to support them. And I do have this mix, pink and white, pink and yellow, and orange. All of this, they are all climbing roses. So again, because they are too high now, after they bloom, I am going to trim them just to level it in my height because they are too tall already. I cannot reach them anymore. So on this side, I actually add early last year, beside from all this bicolor roses in the side, I add this new one, which is I do have also in the very back of the backyard, which is on where I plant the rose garden. I plant all of this color, and you'll see that later on. So you have to make sure you stay and check it out, the other color of roses that I have planted in my garden. Okay, so before we proceed with my other plant or other roses that's planted in my rose garden, so here is another quick glance of this climbing roses. This is again the hybrid tea rose, and look at this bicolor, and I am actually using my tripod just to reach these blooms because again, like I said, they are really tall now and I cannot see the top of the flowers, but you can because I am reaching them for you to enjoy the view. And that's all the roses. So some of them, they're still on their flower buds. So are you enjoying the view? Because you are the one that actually can see all of this, and I cannot check it out right now because again, they are really tall. I'm just reaching it using my tripod so I can show it to you, share it to you. on how these beautiful roses look like. I hope you like what you are seeing and enjoying this view. We can check on them at least once a year. And they have scent actually. The smell is really, really good. They are pleasant. And that's all the nice flowers of this climbing rose. You should plant this in your garden too. So this side of my garden, this is the slope garden. And I do have a lot of fern and also hydrangea and daylilies that planted here. So beside from that, I have two upright roses that planted here. This is actually the mother plant of the rose that I propagated from last year. And this is what I have. And they already have flower buds. This rose is actually a big bloom. It's actually bigger than my hand. And I am going to show you another video of this once all of this will bloom. So here I mirror the rose on this side and put one in here. So when you come in here, you can smell all the scented flowers and they can give you a mirror-like. And this, I actually have a red and pink on this side. So let me show you some of my mini roses. They are actually planted on the big ceramic pots. It's actually planted next to all my clematis, and we are going to pass this wood pergola just to show it to you. And here we go. Can you see this big ceramic pot? Because all of this I plant a mini rose. So this one is also a hybrid tea rose, but they are mini rose. I have the knockout rose on this side and they are red. And here, this is the bicolor. So again, they are a mini rose. That's why I choose them to be planted on this side. They're also receiving a lot of sun in here. That's why they are very healthy. I'm going to give you a quick look on how many flower buds that I have on each of these pots. So we are going to check the other side of my rose, but I am just giving you a quick glance of all the clematis that planted into this trellis. Here are the quick view of this pretty clematis. So I am going to pass that and showing you all this rose in the pot and how they're doing, and let's check them out. So this is the front view of all this mini roses that I planted on this ceramic pot. So here, the first one, this is really red. This is the knockout rose. And these two over here, they are the same. This is the hybrid tea rose, but they are mini compared to the one that I have on the bottom yard that is the climbing rose, which is also the same as the hybrid tea rose. But this is the mini version of the tea rose. So here, let me just give you a quick look. Okay, so again, you can see the color. This is a red knockout rose, but they're still in their flower buds. And that's how they look like. There's a lot of them actually. It's all the way there in the back. This is all red. I love them. So for me to have like continuous flowering for the summer, after they're done blooming for each petals or each flower buds that drying, I have to deadhead them so then they can give me another shoot. So I have a continuous flowers for the entire summer. You see that? That's the bicolor rose. Okay, since I am on the higher garden, which is with these pavers, this rhodie is already complete. I can see all the petals on the ground, and you can still see it and enjoy it while they're still maybe keeping their flowers for maybe a day or two. And that's how they look like. So I am going to actually give you a quick view from this top side of my garden to the lower, which is my rose garden. That is my rose garden. So if you've seen this, if you've seen my previous videos, I always show this side because I have multiple plants that I put it here, and I do have individual video for each plant. So you can check them out as well, but here you go. So all the way here, from this side, all the way on that plum tree, you're passing this pergola all the way here. This is all roses. I have also roses that planted next to the trellis in here, next to the clematis. This is actually red bloom. There are double bloom, and I have also rose right now that's blooming behind this cherry tree, but they are planted in the pot. I have also over there, and they didn't start blooming yet. So this too, there are mirror roses that planted next to the clematis, and there are double bloom roses, red roses. So here is all white. So I'm going to give you a close-up tour later on, but here, since I am on the top level of my garden, I am just giving you a quick tour so you can see and imagine how they look like. So there's actually a three-way on how to get to my rose garden. This one, when you're coming from the side gate, this is actually the first pergola that you will see. This is the entrance of the first pathway, and I do have also a clematis on that. You see how beautiful they are? Just giving you a quick glance. I also have again the separate video of all my clematis that's planted in my garden. But since we are doing this video for just the beautiful roses, why not just add this beauty as well, since we're passing them away? That is the beauty bush that you're looking right now. They're very scented plant or flowers. So here I'm entering this pergola so we can walk towards to the flower garden. So here we go. So there's another roadie in this side. Actually, it's just this side is my wood or firewood area. So here is my rose garden. Okay, can you see me from there? Because this is how far I plant all my roses. From here to your side are all a row of roses. Okay, so let's take a quick view, a close-up view of all my roses in this side. So these two, they still not showing any flower buds. Actually, there's one here, and these two, they are actually a double bloom rose. They are red, which is, we'll see on the other side of this fence. I'll show you the color of the rose. And here, all the way from here to that white pergola, they are all double bloom white roses. So here's the close-up. And there's more here. And again, I'm gonna do a quick update tour for all of the roses again once they start blooming. Well, this is actually this beginning of their bloom, but then I want you to see all of this flower buds in here. Because this one stem here, you can only see one flower that bloom, but can you see how many flower buds that they have on one stem? That's actually 12 more flower buds. So each stem, they have at least 5 to 6 to 14, and I want you to see all of that. So please make sure to hit your notification bell so you will be updated once I have that updated video, so you'll see all this beautiful bloom. So I just planted all of these roses early last year, and this side of my garden is actually new. They are not look like this before. I don't have any of these pavers. I don't have any plants that planted on this side, because this side of my backyard, this one is actually, we use it as a compost pile. So we drop all the branches, the leaves, anything that we clean up from the yard, we just drop it on this side. But then since we clean up and make it open, so I decided to just turn them and make this area for my rose plants. So here you go. Now this is the first year actually they bloom this much, and something happened actually during winter time, just this past winter time, because all of this that you can see, all this smaller roses, everything just dropped and just cut off because there's a strong wind. So anyways, continuing our tour, again, this is my double bloom. This is actually the China rose. There are double bloom, they're also scented, and it's all the way here. I do put some white Asian lily on this side as well. This is all white, and I just add this year. So I didn't know what they look like yet onto this rose garden. So I add them, same thing with the azalea. This all the azalea, the pink flower that you are looking right now, that's all the azalea, and that's from my propagation. So I am so excited to see how the Asiatic lily look like because they are all white, and I am going to add some of my lily as well, or irises as well, in between if the azalea are not doing good in here because they are receiving a lot of sun on this side. I might going to move them, but I just gonna leave them for now. So if they're not doing good, I am going to transplant some of my irises. It's white bloom, which is actually this side. So I want you to maybe tell me if this is a good idea to plant the irises, because here I just find out yesterday that I have a white bloom iris. Can you see that? So maybe I can add this in between the roses because they are also white. Let me know if that idea is good. If not, I can just keep all these irises on this side. So going back to my rose garden area. So this side, I planted also the hybrid tea roses. This is how they look like. This is actually pink, dark pink, light pink, and actually white. And also, it's similar to the hybrid tea rose that has the orange, pink, and yellow combination color. But this one, as you can see, this is a beautiful bloom. So they have white there on the inner part of this bloom and then pinkish on the outer part. You see that? They're so beautiful. And they have also scent. And you see all this bloom here. This is actually a peach color. This is my climbing rose. And right now, they're not in bloom yet. So, like I said, I will give you another quick update tour for all the roses that I have. And once they bloom, especially this climbing roses in here, I have this white pergola. And I am so excited to show that to you. So here again, all my roses. This side, they're receiving more than 6 hours of full sun. This is all my hybrid tea rose. It's just starting to bloom. You can see all these flower buds, all the flower buds. So come back and check it out. So I'm going to give you an update on all of this. So towards the other side of my rose garden, I also have some roses in between these hydrangeas. So this one is actually the orange double bloom. And here you can see it, and I actually seen one that's fully bloom at this time. So let's check out the other rows so you can see all of this in between the hydrangea. Again, the roses is this color. Isn't that beautiful? And they also have scent. They are very scented rose. You see how big they are? And I have all this bloom here and still have some flower buds in here. And they're so pretty. Okay, checking back with all my China rose. This is what they look like when they're fully bloomed. This one, they look like a beige color when they're new. And then once they mature, they turn to like white. You see? So all of this, you see all these flower buds here? They will bloom soon. So here is another mirror like of the other side of this pergola. I have this climbing rose. It's almost reaching. I want them to cover all the way on the very top of this pergola. And here is the wisteria. I think this wisteria is either white or red because this one is actually just given to me by my friends. So they don't even see what is the color of the bloom of this wisteria, but I am so excited. Either red or white is good for me. So anyway, I mirror this climbing rose together with this side. So I am so excited to show that to you. So let's go and check it out the other roses that I have on this side. So checking here, again, this is all my white roses, the China rose. And they are all doing good on this side. So this is actually, I am so very proud of making this rose garden. It's a good decision to make because first of all, rose is like everybody's favorite. And this is also my favorite flower. I can add extra other color in here. Maybe once this is all like cover, then I can add some other color of the roses. So these two over here next to all my China roses, I have this double bloom and they bloom red. This one, this is the first bloom. It's like it's not doing good. This one is not really fully bloom and there's something, I don't know, some disease in the center. But anyways, I'm just showing to you how this double bloom look like. So here's the entrance of this metal trellis. I have all this beautiful clematis. That's the clematis vine. And I do have this hydrangea in the pot. And I am just actually showing you this double bloom rose that I planted. I plant them on that nursery pot. So I cannot decide where to put them, so I just put them in here because they're receiving a lot of sun and there's like pink rose on that side. And this one is actually given to me by my neighbor. It's part of their cuttings, so they give it to me and I'll try it and successfully plant them and they provide a new flower. So I am going to transplant them in the ground. So let's see if they are doing good. I just don't know what side of the garden where I'm going to plant them because here, from here in between these hydrangeas are again my orange roses. It's actually almost same as my what I'm wearing right now. And there's my China roses, the white bloom and beige bloom, and my double or bicolor roses. So that's the end of our rose garden tour, but it's not really the end yet. You are going to come back to see the updated video of this rose garden. You are going to hit your notification bell so you want to see that. You don't want to miss that. So go ahead, if you don't subscribe yet, subscribe and come back. And also, you can leave a comment on the comment box below. And I'll see you on my next vlog. You take care.